UFC. I am the greatest combat athlete of all time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Tell the Tape. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And today, Tell the Tape, I'm going to be going over the two lethal bantamweights that are going to be taking place this weekend. That's right, Adrian Yanez versus Rob Font. Guys, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsor right here, Cookie Co. Whenever you guys want to indulge, you guys want all natural ingredients, you guys love cookies and creams, you guys love peanut butter and jelly. Gotta leave my mouth is watering right now, ladies and gentlemen. But you guys make sure to go to cookiecode.com and find a store near you. Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Guys, what can I say about this fight? These are two guys that are going to bring the dynamite. These are two guys that are eventually come out that similar, very, very similar in style. I have never dissected somebody so similar in styles. But who is going to bring the trick out the bag? Again, guys, I'm going to be going over the strengths and the weaknesses of both these opponents. Anyhow, enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. So the tell of the tape, Rob Font number 6 versus Adrian Yanez number 12. This is an opportunity for right here, as I see this, is for Yanez to officially crack in to the top 10. 19, 6 losses, 16-3. Still Adrian Yanez is still fairly young. Like 29 to 35. I think that's a big discrepancy that people kind of tend to overlook. Depends. If Rob Font, I'm 36, so maybe I shouldn't say anything. Anyhow, the reach advantage goes to Font. 1 inch reach advantage or height advantage for Font. 8 KOs, 4 submissions to 10 KOs, 2 submissions. I mean, this fight right here is a fight that, especially in the bantamweight division, these are two good strikers that are eventually gonna, the matchmaker said, hey, who is it that we could get to fight that's gonna bring in fireworks? And they named these two guys, because these two guys are willing to go toe-to-toe amongst each other. Anyhow, this is the tell of the tape. Now let's get to the strengths and weaknesses of Rob Font and Adrian Yanez. Rob Font, right here. Rob Font's strengths, man. He has him and Cater. Him and Cater have really smooth and slick boxing. They really do. Whoever their coach is doing a really, really good job with their hands. Because they, both of you can tell their coach probably comes from a really good school. When you have two guys that have really good hands, that means they're doing something right. Clean striking, the 5th most strikes landed in UFC bantamweight history. You know what that tells you? He's a volume fighter. Typically shit. Anyhow, I get it, but it also tells you he is a volume guy. So there can be a lot of punches, but how many of those punches actually have thump? And in MMA, that's what you want to look at. His threshold. Rob Font has conditioning, man. He's been proven to go 5 rounds. He has that. His toughness, and he's never been KO'd. Guys, I wish I could say I've never been KO'd. It absolutely sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I gotta live with it. I gotta stop to the body, which in my eyes it's worse. But there's some guys that just have the ability to be able to take a hit and just never been KO'd. He's lost fights, but it's pretty impressive that he hasn't. And now, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to his weaknesses, tactics. Yeah, he's got good striking, but what does Rob Font? Is he able to mix in takedowns? Is he able to mix in certain things that could make Rob Font extremely dangerous? His tactical sense is off. It really is. As clean as his hands are. Because what happens when you fight a guy like Chito Vera? A guy that's just going to be throwing kicks, and the guy has a longer reach advantage than you. A guy that understands striking too. You can't just continue to keep striking. And that leads me to this stubbornness. You know, sometimes fighters get caught up in these fights where they just want to put on these performances, these glorious performance, and be remembered forever. But that stuff doesn't get you victories. You know, I'm not picking on Rob Font, but I'm here to tell the truth. You know, I'm here to tell you fans what is it that I see, and how is it that I would potentially fix a guy like Rob Font. His striking defense. He can give a punch, but he could also take a punch. You know, he got knocked down 3 times with Chito Vera in that Chito Vera fight, and quite honestly, Chito Vera pieced him up. And that lets you know that with age and all that's going on, God, man, like you really gotta, and I hope a lot of fighters are able to do this. Become a Bernard Hopkins. Change the game, change the strategy. As you saw the fight with Corey Sandhagen, like if he had the ability of become more lateral, I think he'd have more success. But I tell you what, man, that fight from Chito really took a lot out of him. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez. Again, clean striking. I'm using the same redundant words for him and Font, but it's just the reality. You know, the 3rd highest significant strike rate in UFC Bantamweight history. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of when I'm watching both of these guys' strengths, I almost feel like I'm talking about the same guy, because they both have what? They both have clean striking, really good hands, knockout power. This is something that I feel that Font could really, you know, where I could say that if there's somebody that has an edge in this fight, it's gonna be this man right here. 6 knockdowns in UFC. I mean, this dude's got knockout power. You know, we saw him finish Tony Kelly the way that he did it. But I think also what makes Adrian Yanez extremely dangerous is he comes from that lineage of Mexican fighters. It's that inspiration that's within him, and that's his warrior spirit. Could also be a weakness too. You know, this is why I feel like if there's gonna be a fight of the night at UFC 287, it's gonna be Adrian Yanez versus Rob Font. I mean, getting a chance to watch Yanez, I want to say I watched him fight live once. The dude is clean. The dude has clean hands. But now, let's get to none other than his weaknesses. I mean, my producer's being a little not so nice. He's one-dimensional in his striking. What I mean by one-dimensional, he just likes to use his hands. Like, I don't see enough leg kicks from Yanez. I don't see clinch work from Yanez. I don't see a lot of things like a George Masvidal that throws elbows, knees, diversifies his damn striking. I just see hands. And when you just see hands, there's just a matter of time before you get somebody that can really expose that with kicks, with clinch. And this is where Yanez is going to have to be careful. His tactics. His tactics. How good are his tactics? Does Yanez have the ability of, okay, I got these 2 hands. Now, do I have the ability of level changing, going in for shots, diversifying my striking, even if it is striking, get people to start thinking wrestling, be able to land other things. Hasn't faced elite competition. He's fought good guys. He's beaten really, really good guys, but he hasn't really beat a big name for him to be like, oh, okay, Yanez is the real deal. You know, this man is not that young. He's 29 years old. I might have said he was young in the beginning, but not really, man. He's 29. I mean, there's guys, especially now with MMA, you know, that come up with MMA, like these guys are gonna be coming in younger and younger and younger. You guys wait and watch. It's like this, the time of you being, you know, 43 or 42, like Glover Teixeira, like that era, because of new talent coming in, how the sport is growing, is gonna be out the damn window. So this is where I think, you know, more likely you could expose Yanez. Because when you get a guy with great hands like this, and he's got power behind him, you got to make him fight their plan B. And the way you make him fight the plan B is right here. It's called wrestling. He's never took. He's got 0 takedown attempts. Like he's never tried a level change. Like Adrian, you have time, dude. You have time to really develop that and learn that, because once you crack into the top 5 at 135 pounds, dude, all these dudes are freaking super scary. They may not have the hands like you. They may not have it like you, but they have this. From Sterling to Triple C to Marab. I think you probably have a good chance with Jan and guys like that. But those are the guys that more likely you're probably gonna have to, stay away from the time being. But you have time, and I will dedicate a lot of your time to the sport of wrestling. You see, I'm not here to pick on anybody, as I said before. I'm just here to give an honest and a true assessment according to what is it that I've accomplished. And as you guys know, I've accomplished a lot. So now let's get down to the tail of the tape once again. Look at how similar these dudes are. Strikes landed per minute. Look at this. 6.55 to 6.38. So similar, significant strikes absorbed per minute. Takedown accuracy, 0. Yanez. If I was your big brother, I'd school you here. I'd be mad at you here, because not even there's just 0 on this damn thing. But I will say this is where I will give him credit. Takedown defense, 100. So in other words, has Yanez ever been taken down? Is that true, Michael Wanzover? I thought Triple C was the only one with 100% takedown defense. And this is where you want to be careful with a guy like Yanez. A guy that the UFC really wants to push. So I could tell they want to push him. And if I was the president of UFC, I'd do the same thing. But you also have to keep these guys honest, because you do need that mediocre wrestler that's just gonna go in there and just stay on your legs to let you know that, hey, this is what you have coming once you get into the top 10 and eventually crack into the top 5. And then submission average, 0. 2. These guys are super similar. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But if I have to go with somebody, if I had to put my money with one of these two guys, I gotta go with the younger fighter. I gotta go with the guy that has 100% takedown defense. I gotta go with the guy that has a little more power than Rob Font, because Rob Font has been through the trenches with a lot of good people. I wouldn't count him out, but for this one, if I had to crown somebody that I'm going to have to choose, I am going to have to go with Adrian Yanez. And I like Font. I've seen him quite a bit at some other events, so I hope none of this stuff is taken personally. But part of my assessment, this is what it is. This is where I feel if Rob Font can change a lot of his tactical sense, or if he can bring in new tools to this game, maybe start kicking, and vice versa for him, then maybe the fight could change a little bit. Maybe bring some, some takedowns or something along those lines. But I just see two strikers gonna go at it, and they both, the majority of the times, they like to use the hands and the hands only. So I'm gonna have to go with a guy who's a little younger and has a little more power up his sleeve. So again, guys, I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, Cookie Co. Guys, you guys want gourmet, all natural ingredients in all your cookies. You love peanut butter, you love chocolate chip, you guys love peanut butter cup, cinnamon swirl, you name it, they have it. So you guys make sure to go to a local store near you. Make sure to go to cookieco.com and look for your store near you, guys. I love it. When I indulge, you know where I go. When I get a little pudgy, you know where I go. KG, you ain't the only one. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and we will deliver. And we are out! So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!